So, last night was really interesting, right? Past few days, I mean, we got uh, Alex and whatever Annabelle Fiverr thing. I don't even know what's going on with that. We got Fiona and Tanya, little controversy, and Rand Campbell, and we got the Lenny thing. People saying that he's a racist. Where is all this drama coming from? Don't get me wrong. I put in my 2 cents with Tanya, and then I tried putting in my 2 cents in with Lenny for those that were calling him a racist and showing why that was bullshit. But it's still just like, why all of a sudden it's just all happening at once? Are we just bored? Like, is the whole great debate are we just beyond that right now? Have we run out of the same topics that we always talk about? Is that have we finally hit that breaking point of like it's not interesting anymore, that we just gotta just make or talk shit and make shit happen, or really just hate each other? Does anybody else just miss the days when we thought fundamentalist Christians were stupid and that was it? That was the drama. That was all that we talked about. Yeah, I miss it too. And I've learned something from all of this, and it's basically that it doesn't matter who you are, if you're an atheist, a new atheist, older atheist, Christian, fundamentalist Christian, liberal Christian, PhD biologist. It doesn't matter who you are. You're still prone to making mistakes. You are prone to making emotional judgment calls. We are reasonable and rational and logical human beings, but we can still be subjective about the way that we gather evidence. We may miss certain bits of evidence. We may not be objective to all the data that is found. We may be subjective or subject ourselves to confirmation bias. We come to a conclusion about something or someone, and then regardless of any new evidence that comes across, we may not change our mind about that. We may make mistakes based on our conclusions about a certain individual as a whole, and then make claims about them that may or may not be true. We act on our emotions so much, and they can blind us from being as objective as humanly possible. And this is really all of what's been happening with where drama comes to play. And you put this on YouTube, and you have this community that see each other on a regular basis, and you give us a forum to put ourselves out there, and you disagree with something, especially if it's something personal, man. If this is about an individual, like this is about me, this person's attacking me or a close friend or whatever, it seems like emotion is the first thing that they act on, and sometimes they don't act as objective as humanly possible for that reason. And this is where drama comes from. And I have no reason to think that anybody in this community wants drama, but it's here. And there's always going to be something, always going to be some type of drama that's going to occur, because there's going to be two people or more with an opposing view, and obviously being that only one can be correct for most situations, somebody's either going to not look at the evidence properly or not be as objective as possible, blah, blah, blah. One person's going to be right, one person's going to be wrong, and it's going to cause problems, and eventually it's going to be, more of this same crap. But you know what? I've done my part. I've added my 2 cents in, trying to be objective, trying to not pick a side. Really, me and Mark have been kind of changing back and forth, trying to, figure out when did this post say and when did this happen, and just, it's not worth it to me. I'm tired of it. Like, in one day of drama, I'm done. Because I respect Tanya, I respect Fiona Robertson, I respect Alex, I respect Lenny, all these people where drama is following them because of their personal opinion. if you disagree with somebody and you have a problem with somebody and you want to address that, deal with them directly as much as you can. Have a discussion. Have a debate. Bring your points forward just like you would anybody else. If you're an atheist and you've been dealing with Christians, you disagree with them, for the most part, unless you're really just trolling them for one reason or another, you're going to bring your points. You're going to lay it out. You're not just going to go, this person's stupid. And Christians, you're going to do the same thing, unless you're trolling atheists for some reason. Drama is not necessary. It's not needed. It's not wanted. And I'm so tired of it just from one day of it being on my feed, because I see the atheist and the Christian community really split up from this. And so, and I'm sure people out there watching this can agree with me that you almost are kind of afraid to say certain things to certain people, because even though you may disagree with them to a certain extent on a certain issue, you don't want them to hate you, and you don't want there starting to be like a trolling war or whatever just because you disagree on something. Even though I don't get into hangouts that much, like, I don't want to, join one, because even though I don't go into Tanya's hangouts all that much, or Eve's hangouts, it's where Tanya tends to be sometimes, or whatever, I don't want to go to a hangout and see Tanya there, and then there'd be this weird uneasiness because she knows that I, spoke out against what I believe that she did. And I don't want to walk into a hangout and then Fiona be there, or Fiona walk into where I'm already at, and then there's be this awkwardness that, whatever. I don't want to be around that. So yes, I know some of you are like, well, yeah, you talked to Tanya too. Like, yeah, I know. And I did. And I kind of regret it. Because I generally try to remain as objective as possible, but I found myself in the middle of it as well. Because, as I said before, we can get emotional about it. But now I'm just rambling on. But drama doesn't help us. So can we please, for the love of the flying spaghetti monster, please just move on. Alright, that's all I have to say on this. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go watch Armored Skeptic's newest video, because that's about the only damn good thing that came out in these past 2 days. This is the Atheist Chef signing off. Peace.